time to share. There's a world out there looking for a friend like Jesus. It's time to share. There's a world out there. Let's tell him that he loves us so. Let's tell him that he loves us so. Kids time, kids time, kids time, kids time.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm just looking at this beautiful crown. My grandson Michael, he likes to play with this little crown, and he likes to pretend that he's a great big king or maybe even a prince. He looks so cute, all dressed up in his royal robes with a crown and a scepter. But pretty soon it's time for him to take off his royal clothes and put on his not-so-royal jammies, brush his teeth, and go to bed. He's just a little boy, and his mother and father are still in charge. You know, our Bible story today is about a little boy who was in charge of an entire nation. And he didn't just use blocks and Legos to build play castles and cities. No, he decided to have the real temple of the living God repaired and rebuilt. He had mothers and fathers working for him. You'd think a little boy in charge of a nation might really get into some mischief. But this little king did his job very well. And he is remembered for many good things he did for God and for his nation while he was still very, very young. He's going to tell us his story today, but right from his own throne room, so don't miss it, okay? Meanwhile, it's time for a visit with Ranger Jim. What do you have to show us today, Ranger Jim?
Hi, boys and girls. Ranger Jim saying welcome to Nature Time. We're glad you can join us today. We're in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Knoxville Zoo, and we have something special for you to see. And my friend Jill is a specialist at this. Jill, what are these creatures?
These guys right here are called giant African millipedes. Giant African millipedes actually come, of course, from Africa. They're going to be found in Central and Southern Africa. These guys are going to be found in the jungles. They're going to be found in different areas, eating vegetables, fruits, different things like that. They love leaf litter, all sorts of great things like that. And believe it or not, these giant African millipedes we've got here are actually still growing. They're going to get to up to about a foot. That's the longest that they can get, luckily.
Like
10
this?
inches. Yeah, pretty much. 10 inches is pretty much it.
I don't know if I want to handle them when they get that big, okay?
I promise you won't have to,
Okay.
all right? But these guys are millipedes, not centipedes. The biggest difference is they don't have the poison. Centipedes do have venom. They do eat things like mice and different things like that. These millipedes are just strict vegetarians. They're only going to eat plants. They're not going to eat any animals or anything.
Well, this I see on the bottom now. This is their locomotion, right? Their feet?
Yep, you can actually see that they've got tons of legs. Somebody asked me how many there are. Well, I tell you, count them. There are 2 pairs per each body segment. As they grow, their body segments keep on adding on, so they can have up to a couple hundred pairs of legs in their life.
Amazing.
So, quite a few, yeah.
Now do they have the ability? Can they climb up a tree? Something?
They actually can. If you watch, they can actually hang on very
him
well.
clinging on.
Yeah, they've got a
ability.
good suction, so that's really important. Also, because they are bugs, they do have exoskeletons. You can actually feel that they've got really hard exoskeletons. Those are really important to help defend themselves from things that might like to eat them, like scorpions and hedgehogs and different animals like that. If the exoskeleton doesn't help defend them, they also produce cyanide, believe it or not. They actually, through their body, will actually secrete it when they're really nervous. You can tell that they're not doing it now, because if they were, our fingers would be bright yellow.
Now, tell me this, you said exoskeleton, you mentioned that. For boys and girls who don't know, what does this mean?
It'd be like having your fingers on the outside of your skin.
Right.
It'd be like if you've ever accidentally stepped on a bug, of course, and that crunching noise, that's an exoskeleton, all right? These guys actually do have exoskeletons that help protect them. When they grow, they have to molt, unlike us, who just keep on growing and we don't have to worry about it. These guys, they have to molt their skin, all of it, before they can grow to the next size.
And then they go to the next size with the skin, then they molt, much as a snake sheds its skin and many other creatures.
Same idea, yep. And you can actually see their antenna moving around. Those are going to help sense things. They're going to help find food. They're also going to help tell them what's around them, whether there's anything they have to worry about or anything like that. But basically, it's helping them look for food.
But this is the basic color you would have. These would be black. These would be black.
Yes.
It's the coloration that they would have like this. Now, tell me about reproduction with this.
These guys actually do lay eggs. They lay egg casings, actually. When we change their dirt, we have to keep it in a freezer for a couple of days just to make sure, because if we throw it away, the eggs can actually hatch, and we'd be introducing a whole new species into East Tennessee, which we don't want to do. So instead, we hold off on that. These guys, when they hatch out, they start out very, very tiny, but they grow quickly, eating leaf litter just like their adults. It takes them about between 6 and 7 years before they're actually full adults, and after that they only live a couple years. So they'll live between 9 and 10 years usually on an average.
That is, to me, is just an amazing thing. And you start out so tiny, and they go to that size, and to imagine that this size, that's a thing that impresses me.
I know, that's what they're trying for. But like I said, their adult life, they only have a couple years. So pretty much they live most of their life in childhood and, you know, in young adulthood, and then they reach adults and they only live for a couple years after that.
Much the same as we have in other, like in fishes with salmon and what have you like that.
Different things like that, yep.
Okay, now tell me, are there many animals, predators that, but you've covered that, haven't you? You said that they have a very bad taste.
Yeah, they have a pretty bad taste. I can say that there are some animals who use them, they like to use them for medicines and stuff. There are different types of primates that will actually lick them. We haven't really found out why, but they do that every once in a while. But their predators are things that like to eat insects. Hedgehogs love to eat insects. They'll eat these bugs. Scorpions would eat them. Different animals like that. Some small cats, if they get a chance, they would eat these guys.
But to me, when I see the locomotion, when I see all of these feet, somehow that's all synchronized, isn't it?
Yep, I tell kids that it's usually like the wave. Think about the wave in a football game. You watch it spread all the way around the auditorium. It's the same idea. That's how their legs work. If they lifted all their legs on one side at one time, they'd just fall over. So that would be no good.
I can feel it as it goes along. I can feel that wave right there.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, boys and girls. We've learned something more about God's creatures today. So this is Ranger Jim, as always, telling you, don't forget to tell Jesus that you love him, because he really does love you.
Behold, God is great, for he maketh small the drops of water. Thee pour down rain according to the vapor thereof, which the clouds do drop upon man abundantly. Job 35:27 and 28.
Have you heard the raindrops drumming on the rooftops? Have you heard the raindrops drumming on the ground? Have you heard the raindrops splashing in the streets and running to the rivers all around? There's water, water of life. Jesus gives us the water of life. There's water, water of life. Jesus gives us the water of life. There's a busy workman digging in the desert, digging with the spade that flashes in the sun. Soon there will be water rising in the well shafts, flowing from the bucket as it runs. There's water, water of life. Jesus gives us the water of life. There's water, water of life. Jesus gives us the water of life. Nobody can live who hasn't any water. When the land is dry and nothing much grows, Jesus gives us life if we drink the living water. Sing it so that everybody knows. There's water, water of life. Jesus gives us the water of life. There's water, water of life. Jesus gives us the water of life.
Welcome to Learning Time. I'm glad that you've joined us today. And today I've got Tyler with me, and he's going to help us do a very exciting experiment. But you know, we're going to use some matches. Should we be careful with matches? Oh, absolutely. We're going to be real careful. And I happen to have our fire extinguisher just in case we catch on fire, we can get put out. But that's not going to happen today, is it? Oh, I hope not. Hey, let's put on our safety glasses, Tyler. Now, I'm going to have Tyler hold this clothespin, and we've got a candle on it. We're going to put it right over this tray. I'm going to go ahead and light this candle right here. And I love birthday candles because that means that I'm another year old when that happens, when I see those. Now, I happen to have a little cup. This cup is made out of paper, and I put this one on a little plastic clothespin. That's what these things are. Oh, something happened to our flame, Tyler. We're going to go ahead and light this again because our candle just doesn't want to stay lit. That's an interesting thing. Okay, you didn't blow it out, did you? Well, next time, make a wish, okay? Here we go. Now, let's go ahead and get this ready. What would happen, do you suppose, if I just held this paper cup right over the flame? What do you think would happen? You think this is going to burn up? Yeah. Well, let's find out. Are you ready, Tyler? All right. We're going to hold this right here, just like this, and we're going to catch it. Oh, no. Well, the paper cup, you know what? The paper cup is just going to burn right up. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do something just a little different. Oh, hey, that's a good way. Go ahead and light your candle right here because we got a little fire going right there. And I'm going to take my paper cup again, get it away from that real hot candle because we don't want that whole thing to melt. Now, this time, I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom of my cup. Not a lot of water, just a little bit of water, right like that. In fact, you know what? I might have too much water. Let's pour a little bit of that water out. I just need a little water at the bottom of my paper cup. Now, I'm going to hold this over the flame that Tyler's holding, and we're going to try to boil some water in a paper cup. Do you think we can boil water in a paper cup? No. Well, you usually use what? A pan or something to boil water in. I'm going to hold it right here just above the candle, just like that. Hey, that's interesting. Now, what's happening to my paper cup? It's turning black. Now, why is that paper cup turning black on the bottom? Look at that. It's just all black on the bottom of my paper cup. Why is it turning black? Because, no, it's not burning at all. It's just that candle has a lot of carbon in it. You know that wax has a lot of carbon in it? And some of that carbon isn't burning completely up, and so it's leaving my bottom of my paper cup black. And you know what's happening? If you look real carefully, you know what? I can start seeing some steam or some condensation. It's coming right out of my cup. And if I should put my finger in there, my finger would get burned because that water right now in my paper cup is 212 degrees. It's boiling. That's the boiling temperature of water on the Fahrenheit scale. On the Celsius scale, it's 100 degrees. And that is boiling. Look inside of there, Tyler. We got little tiny bubbles, and the bottom of my cup is all black, but the cup doesn't get burned up. Isn't that interesting? And you know, that reminds me. Do you know what keeps us from getting destroyed? You know, it's Jesus, isn't it? He keeps us safe for His kingdom. He acts like that water, and He shields us from getting all burnt up. Oh, I think that's interesting, and I want to be protected. Do you? Yeah. Hey, thank you, Tyler. When we learn about science, we learn something new about our Creator, God.
Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, with all thy mind. King Joash, I shall return later for the reading of the scrolls.
Come on in. I'm just a kid like you. I'm 7 years old and I'm king. How did I become king at such a young age? I have some time left and I'll tell you my story. Just sit all around in here. Now, let's see, where should I begin my story? Well, my father, Ahaziah, was not a very good king. He prayed to idols and taught the people to pray to idols. And my grandmother, Athaliah, was a bad influence on him. She did not read from the Holy Scrolls. And after my father died, she decided that she would become queen. And she had all of her children, grandchildren, and anyone related to her killed. She thought she had killed me too, but before she did, my Aunt Jehoshaphat came and snuck into my room one night and took me out of my crib and motioned for my nurse to follow. They snuck past the guards. I think the angel I think the angels were with them because no one, and I mean no one, can get past those guards. And then they took me back to the temple and hid me. And they always barred the doors shut during the day and opened them at night so that I could walk with my uncle, Jehoiada, in the temple courtyards. And as I was walking in the courtyards, I noticed that there were holes in the walls. I asked my uncle, why are there holes in the walls? And he told me that the wicked sons of Queen Athaliah came and tore holes in the temple wall so that they could build the temple of Baal. And they took the holy things out of God's house and put them in the temple of Baal. Isn't that awful? But then, one day, my uncle told our secret to some very important people, and that I would be crowned king. And then, one day, he brought me in front of all those people. And as they put the crown on my head, Queen Athaliah came running out, yelling, "Treason! Treason!" and ordered for her guards to kill me. But they took her out and killed her instead. And then all the people shouted, "God save the king! God save the king! God save the king!" And then they put me on the throne and carried me to my throne room. And look, this throne is so big, and I am so little. Look, my feet can't even touch the floor. Well, that's my story. Thanks for coming. It was nice to have some kids to talk to. Bye.
King Joash, I have come to read the scrolls. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But in it the Lord made the seventh day holy. And thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the earth and all that in them is. But he rested on the seventh day and hallowed it.
I just have to ask, and ever I'm going to know. Oh, kids under construction, maybe the paint is still wet. Kids under construction, the Lord may not be finished yet. Dear Jesus, please make us more patient and kind, and help us to be more like you, and make room for all other children of yours, for they are still growing up too. Oh, kids under construction, maybe the paint is still wet. Kids under construction, the Lord may not be
boys and girls, my book of the day is so exciting. I can't wait to show it to you. This is A Skunk by the Tail by Jerry D. Thomas, and you are just going to love these stories. Listen to this. I dare you to do it, Stephen whispered to his cousin. I dared you first, Kyle hissed back. Are you afraid? Now, a skunk can't spray you if you pick it up by the tail, can it? Or can it? Oh, you're going to have to get this book to find out the rest of this story. You know, A Skunk by the Tail is it's book one of the Great Stories for Kids set. And in each book, the stories and pictures will make you jump back, laugh out loud, and keep you guessing what will happen next. And you know what? They really will. So I encourage you, boys and girls, to get this book, A Skunk by the Tail, and find out, did they get sprayed or what? Well, I'm so happy to bring you some letters today, boys and girls. There are so many wonderful letters I have here. I don't even know which one to read you first. I wish I could read all of them to you. This one is from Joaquin, and she's from Morrow, Georgia. And let's see. Oh, I've got a letter here from, a picture too. And let me show you this picture. It said, Dear Miss Brenda, my name is Joaquin, and I love Kids Club because it shows me how to behave, and especially nature time. Can I join the club and have quizzes and get an activity book? I show love and I tell my neighbors all about Jesus. Love, Joaquin. Well, thank you so much, and that is a good way to witness, isn't it, to tell your friends and neighbors about Jesus. And don't forget to tell them that Jesus loves them. Then I have, this letter is from Australia, and let's see, it's from Michaela Turner, and she's from West Australia. Let's see what Michaela has. Oh my! Do you know what? Michaela sent us some Australian money. Look at this, boys and girls. I haven't. Have you seen Australian money before? I have. I had the privilege of actually visiting your country several times, and I loved visiting your country. Some really friendly people there. My name is Nicholas. Oh, I'm sorry. I had thought it was an M on the letter. It's Nicholas Turner. And I love Kids Time. Every holiday I go to my grandma and grandpa's house and I get to watch Kids Time. Every Friday night, me and my grandma have a talk about what Jesus has done for each of us during the week. I share Jesus by telling kids at school about him. I would like to join Kids Club. Please use this money to make more Kids Time programs. Well, thank you so much, Nicholas. That was so wonderful for you to do that. And I love the picture of you on your bicycle. And you do live in a beautiful country. Miss Brenda loved visiting your country. Let's see, we have another one here from Heidi, and she's from St. Lucia, West Indies. Let's see what Heidi has to say. Oh, Heidi's got a little picture too, a little small picture here. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, I really enjoy your show, especially Nature Time. I like it because it's educational and you can learn a lot about many different animals. At school, I shared Jesus in many ways. The day one of my friends didn't have a break, and I shared with her. It says, can I have a Kids Time book? This was a letter. It was a little bit hard to read. I always wanted to join from the day I started watching Kids Time, so could I please join now? Yours truly, Heidi. You know what, Heidi? You certainly can. We're going to get you signed up. And you know what? Let me, when you finish those Bible studies, write and tell me how you enjoyed them, okay? Because I'm pretty certain you're going to tell me that you learned more about Jesus. Well, right now, there's somebody that loves Jesus, and we're going to go all the way to India to visit with a little girl there.
Okay.
Hi, my name is P. Jyoti. I am studying 5th class. I came from Maharashtra, but I settled in Andhra Pradesh. Though I am a Hindu, but I learned about Jesus in Christian school. So I would like to share this truth with my relatives and friends. Back to Brenda.
Oh, thank you so much. Isn't that precious? Well, I have a letter here now from Idarinjan Parson, and she's from Georgia. And let me show you her picture. She's playing the piano. Look at that, boys and girls. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, I like to watch Kids Time because it teaches me about Jesus. It says, I share Jesus by telling my friends at school. I am 5 years old, and my name is Idarinjan. I live in Albany, Georgia. Well, thank you so much. And you'll have to send me a video of you playing that piano. I'd like to hear you play. Okay, let's see. This is from Ashley in Chula Vista, California. It says, Dear Miss Brenda, my name is Ashley and I'm 8. My sister is Emily and she's 4. We really like Kids Time, especially nature and singing. Keep on broadcasting, please. By the way, will you please send us activity books? Your friend Ashley. Well, yes, I will. I will send you those activity books, and please keep sharing Jesus, won't you? All right, this one here is from, let's see, the Philippines. And this is from Lorimer. And let's see what Lorimer has to say. All the way from the Philippines. Dear Miss Brenda, I am Filipino, and I'll just say that when I do bad to others, I am so sorry, and I will forgive others when they do bad things to me. I'll just say, our God, thank you for many blessings thou hast given to us, and please help us every day. Love, Lorimer. Well, you know what? That is a wonderful thing to do, that whenever we do something bad, we need to ask Jesus to forgive us. And boys and girls, He will. He will forgive you. There's nothing you can do that Jesus wouldn't forgive you, because He knows your heart. He knows when you're really sorry. And we need to be able to forgive others, too. God wants us to forgive others. And, 70 times 7, it tells in the Bible. I want you to look that up in the Bible, and I'm just going to give you a little challenge. You look that up. Now, Miss Brenda knows, but I want you to tell me where it was found. So you write that to me, okay? Dear Miss Brenda, my name is Chelsea. I just turned 8, and I'm going to have a little garden in the spring. Oh, good. And my mom says I have to take care of it, and I would like a cookbook and a story time book. I watch Kids Time every day. I have 2 cats, and I read the Bible, and I go to my sister when she's crying. I live in Oregon. Well, thank you so much, boys and girls. I just love getting your letters. Remember that wherever you go, whatever you do, remember, boys and girls, it's Kids Time to share Jesus.